They're more like, we don't care what we have to do, we want to avoid getting into a war. So, let's go to the Citadel Tower and advance the storyline. Ah, yes. Confrontation. And it's that guy.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Well, he has guts, that's for sure, because that guy doesn't seem like he'd take too kindly to demands.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vicarian. I was the officer in charge of the
I'm talking about the one that walked away,
Saren.
by the way. And who was that?
Who were you just talking to?
That was Executor Palin, head of Citadel Security, my boss. He'll be presenting my findings on Saren to the council.
He doesn't seem to get along well with his boss. And he doesn't seem to like Saren either, so I'm gonna say that.
Sounds like you really want to bring him down.
I mean Saren,
I don't trust
not
him.
your boss.
Something about him rubs me the wrong way. But he's a Spectre. Everything he touches is classified. I can't find any hard evidence.
So I can't get his doll from when he was 8 years old.
Maybe
and
they'll
use
listen
it
to
as
you.
blackmail to force him to do what I want. That's a pity. Would have been nice. So let's keep heading up. And since we're in the area, I want to talk to these guys. See what they have to say about the area.
You have to climb a lot of stairs to reach the council. I think that's supposed to be symbolic of their importance.
No, I don't.
What are those cherry trees?
Those things. They might be, actually. Anything else?
I bet all these staircases aren't just for show. They make for good defensive positions if this place is ever attacked.
Yeah, I'm more inclined to agree with Ashley's viewpoint on this than Caden's, honestly.
Don't be ridiculous. The Volus won't be joining the council for years.
I'm not so sure. The humans are making a strong push, and you can bet the Volus will be right on their coattails if they succeed.
Allowing the humans to join us is a sound strategic move. But the Volus? No. The Hanna are likely to be next, then the Elcor.
You may be right. Though the Hanar need to lighten up a bit first.
You just don't like them because you have trouble understanding them.
Wonderful. Yeah, you can get a lot of background stuff by just listening to people talk, and it's neat.
The hearing's already started. Come on.
Okay, let's get there fast, before we miss anything too important.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
Denial isn't just a river
by
in
Citadel Security
Egypt,
turned up no evidence
honorable
to support your
counselor.
charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me.
Wait, what? You've done this before?
Must be your protege,
you
Commander
might have
Shepard,
told me that?
the one who let the beacon get destroyed.
Yeah, how the hell did you get involved in this, Saren?
The mission to Eden Prime was top secret. The only way you could know about the beacon was if you were there.
With Nihilus gone, his files passed on to me. I read the Eden Prime report. I was unimpressed. But what can you expect from a human?
Reports? Saren, what the? Nihilus was dead. How could he write a report if he was dead? That makes no sense. Just typical frickin' insults.
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that.
Come here and
That's
say
not
that
his
to my
decision.
face, you
Shepard's
asshole.
admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are
You
wasting
clearly
your
have
time,
no balls
Counselor,
if you're
and mine.
talking through a hologram. Come here and tell me we're not ready to my face, and see how I respond. I dare you. But you're not going to, because you have no spine. counselors, you need to quit protecting him.
Saren's hiding behind his position as a Spectre. You need to open your eyes.
What we need is evidence. So far, we've seen nothing.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by
Anderson, do we have to bring this up?
Into evidence now?
I told you, it's not going to work.
Testimony.
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
No, you obviously are not interested in seeing the truth, so I'm not going to waste my energy trying to make you when it's obviously pointless.
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
That, or the Council just have a stick up their collective rear end.
To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
I wonder how he comes to that conclusion. But, Anderson, how exactly do you know Saren?
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
So what do we do now?
What's our next step?
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
I guess we could talk to him. It couldn't hurt, and it might help us, after all. So let's get to it.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
Oh, you cannot be serious. The Captain deserves far better than this, you asshole. You are being an absolute prick. We might need his help, after all.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The Ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business.
What?
Captain, meet me in my office later.
I do not like Udina.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Sad days if a drunk, obviously corrupt police officer is our best lead. Do we have anyone else?
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
Okay, let's talk a bit. Council and Ambassador.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council.
I have to say,
the Ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later.
A bunch of massive hypocrites.
Maybe they'd let us join the Council if we were more willing to cooperate with the other species.
Of course they would. If we did everything they told us to, they'd love to have us on the Council. But it wouldn't be much of a deal for us. I understand their side. They don't want us dominating the Council. It's founded on cooperation and alliances. But we have to look out for our own interests, too.
Yeah, good point. Now, tell me about this douchebag drunk guy who's apparently corrupt.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
Why the hell would you protect someone like that? It doesn't make any sense.
Guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes.
Wonderful.
But it looks like his time's run out. We've got enough humans in CSEC now to stop protecting him.
Good. He definitely should have been ditched a while ago. Now, tell me about Barlavon, would you?
Tell me about Barlavon.
Oh.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius. Doesn't do anything illegal, but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, specters.
Loopholes, huh?
That's probably why the Shadow Broker uses him.
Sounds like a regular financier.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game, and the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics, doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works.
Yeah, the only real way you could do it without getting screwed by someone.
He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
Makes sense, I guess. I mean, if he stays neutral, who would have a reason to go looking for the guy? Now, can you tell me about the Spectres?
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
Yeah, makes sense.
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done. Like you. They've been watching you for years.
See,
they see
that's
something
really
in you.
interesting,
They want you on their side.
at the beginning
Nihilus
it makes
was
it
supposed to give
seem
them a
like
final
you were
recommendation.
just picked
With him
as a
gone,
potential option
things are
by
still
the
up in the air.
Alliance to try and convince the Council. But here it makes it sound like it was the Council's idea, which is really interesting, at least to me. But how are they organized?
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions. Other times, they act on their own. They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
Yeah, like I think I said earlier in this LP, in like one of the first few episodes, they sound kind of like a mix between privateers and mercenaries to me. Honestly.
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about
exactly
them is
like
classified.
that.
We don't even know how many there are. The
They're
latest
obviously
Alliance
pretty
estimate puts
good
their
at their
numbers
job.
under 100. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option before open war. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
Sounds like it, but seriously, I have to know this. What happens if one of them goes too far?
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue, like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
Ah. And it looks like I missed out on that option about him and Saren. But I can ask it later, so goodbye, Anderson.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard. I'll be over in the ambassador's office if you need anything else.
Okay. So, I've been going on for a good while now, a little over an hour. So, I think I'm going to end this recording here. So, well, after I level up and stuff, that is. Let me see here. One there to unlock shotguns, and one in shotguns. One in Vanguard. Let's see. Caden. Put a point in decryption. As well as first aid. Ashley. Put a point in assault rifles and combat armor. I'll save. And I'm gonna end this session here. So this has been DarkPhoenix Ninja 92, and you've been watching Let's Play Mass Effect. See you next time. Bye.